Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. I'm Julius.
And I'm Hale, ready to get into this one because it's actually good news for once.
Imagine that. So here's the story. 2 weeks in July 2026 that fundamentally changed the economics of artificial intelligence. Not a safety scare, not a geopolitical crisis, a price war. And it might be the most important thing that's happened in AI this year.
And the numbers are genuinely staggering. On July 24th, Anthropic dropped Claude Opus 5, frontier-level intelligence at half the cost of their top model. We're talking a model that tops coding benchmarks, automation benchmarks, and comes within 0.5% of their most expensive model on cursor tasks, at half the price.
Then, 6 days later, July 30th, OpenAI responded. They cut the price of GPT-5.6 Luna by 80%. 80%. And GPT-5.6 Terra by 20%.
80% is not a price adjustment. That's a market reshaping. That's, we want everyone using this, cost be damned.
And it's not just price. The GPT 5.6 family is structured as 3 tiers. So, for the hardest problems, $5 per million input tokens, $30 output. Terra for everyday enterprise work. And Luna for speed, scale, and cost-sensitive automation. OpenAI isn't selling one model anymore. They're selling a portfolio.
And that's the real shift here. It's not which model is best. It's which model belongs in which part of your system. Reasoning layer, coding layer, high-volume transaction layer. Each gets a different model at a different price point. That's enterprise architecture thinking, not consumer chatbot thinking.
The era of just use GPT for everything is over. And honestly, it should be. That was never going to scale.
It's like the difference between having one tool and having a workshop. A hammer is great, but eventually you need a screwdriver.
And what Anthropic did with Opus 5 is equally impressive in a different way. They proved you can deliver near-frontier performance at a price point that makes production viable. On Frontier Bench, Opus 5 more than doubled the performance of its predecessor at a lower cost per task. On Zapier Automation Bench, it hit 100% pass rate on account health workflows. Previous models didn't pass at all.
100%? That's not a benchmark score. That's a workday that actually got automated.
There's a great story from Anthropic's testing. They gave Opus 5 a drawing of a machine part and asked it to write code to rebuild it as a 3D model. But they didn't give it any way to view the drawing. So Opus 5 wrote its own computer vision pipeline to extract the geometry from raw pixels, then reconstructed the full part. No competing model could solve it after 5 attempts.
It MacGyvered its own eyes. That's wild.
And that's the point. The capability is here. But what matters now, what actually matters for the economy, is that the capability just got affordable. When you cut Luna by 80%, you didn't just make it cheaper. You made it possible to run AI at a scale that wasn't economically viable last month.
And the enterprise data backs this up. 88% of enterprises are using AI, but under 10% have actually scaled it. The bottleneck wasn't capability, it was cost. And that bottleneck just got significantly smaller.
Here's the catch though. 79% of organizations still face challenges adopting AI. That number went up from last year. Because now that it's affordable, the problem shifted. It's not, can we afford this? It's, do we know how to govern this?
So the price drop is actually a pressure multiplier. Cheaper AI means more AI. More AI means more governance needs. More governance needs mean the organizations that have their act together will pull ahead fast.
There's a concept from economics that applies here. It's called the Jevons paradox. When a resource becomes cheaper, you don't use less of it, you use more. When coal got more efficient to burn, coal consumption went up, not down. Same thing is about to happen with AI compute.
So OpenAI cutting Luna by 80% doesn't shrink their AI spend, it explodes it.
Exactly. The total bill goes up, the per unit cost goes down. Everyone uses more. And the companies that built their governance and observability frameworks before the price drop are the ones who'll survive the flood.
It's like when cloud computing got cheap. Everyone migrated. And the ones who had security and cost management figured out beforehand thrived. The ones who didn't got a surprise AWS bill that made the CFO cry.
We've all seen that invoice.
The other thing that struck me from the research, enterprise AI adoption has shifted from raw capability to operational control. Tighter access rules emerging at the same time as massive compute spending. That's not a contradiction. It's maturity.
The winners won't be the ones with the most capable models. They'll be the ones with the most disciplined pipelines, the tightest observability, and the clearest accountability framework.
So the boring stuff wins. Governance, monitoring, cost controls, the stuff nobody wants to build until they need it.
The stuff that's unsexy until your company is on the front page of the Wall Street Journal for the wrong reason.
Fair point.
All right, before we go, your move. What should you actually do with this information?
First, map your AI workloads by cost tier. If you're using your most expensive model for tasks that Luna or Terra could handle, you're burning money. Audit which model belongs in which part of your pipeline.
Second, if you've been waiting for AI to get affordable enough to pilot that use case you've been thinking about, the door just opened wider. But build your governance framework first, not after.
Third, start thinking in model portfolios, not single models. The question isn't which AI should we use, it's which AI should we use for which task. That architectural thinking is what separates pilots from production.
And the question to sit with, if the price of intelligence just dropped 80%, what becomes possible in your business that wasn't possible last month?
That's the one.
Thanks for listening to the Reflect podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
Go check your AI bill, then go build something with the savings. See you next time.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.